Hello, welcome to Daily Wellness. This is for anyone who has stress, who has a little sleep deprivation, who wants to do something sustainable that feels good for themselves. That's what I'm doing, that's what I got, and you are definitely invited on the journey. I always feel better after doing these few moments of meditation and movement, and I hope you do too. So without further ado, I'm going to get started on my belly. Make a pillow for my head with my forearms on my hands. Let my cheek fall to one side. Just begin to breathe in a way with more presence. So feeling my belly press into the earth with the inhale. And just notice the shape change as I exhale. Inhale. And exhale with a sigh. And then you can bend your knees and let your arms gently sway side to side. As we inhale and exhale. And now I'm going to inhale both arms up in a superwoman pose as I also inhale both feet up and maybe sway side to side. Inhaling, reaching through left hand and right hand, left leg and right leg. Not trying to strain anything, just gently wake up and take note. And then relax and let cheek fall to the other side, resting on hands or forearms. I'm going to inhale and exhale, feeling massaged by the breath from the inside out. And then I'm going to bend my knees deeply and reach behind for my ankles and then kick up into my hands so that I'm in this natural bow pose. And I can get more lift of my heart without even having to do any heavy lifting. And we once again rock side to side, feeling that delicious stretch in the parts that I feel it in. I feel it in my shoulders and my arms and my legs. Inhale, I center in stillness, and exhale, let everything go. You can relax your head to the opposite side again. And once again, windshield wiper legs side to side with knees bent. Then I'm going to press back into a child's pose with my knees together and back rounded. I can once again form a pillow with my hands, or maybe experiment with bringing my hands behind me so that they're by my ankles, palms up. I'm going to inhale into the small of my back and exhale. Inhale, feel my back ribs expand. And exhale, feel heart melt towards knees. Inhale and exhale. Then come up to a hero's pose. Take a moment to pause here, wherever you are with your breath, with your thoughts, with your day, with your body. Take a deep belly breath in, topping up all the way up by your clavicles. Maybe even higher, maybe through your nose, filling up your whole respiratory tract with air. And then let it go effortlessly. I'm just bringing my palms to heart center. I want to send the very sincere wish that you had a good day. What does that mean, a good day? Well, I hope that you, at the end of the day, had an overall positive feeling about what effort you put into it and what you got out of it. And in the name of growing, I'm going to inhale both arms up and out. these sort of tree arms. And breathe into my fingers like they're leaves on a tree and my arms are branches. Then I'm going to let my arms gently fall towards the left. Maybe left fingertips reach the ground, maybe they don't. And then as I inhale again, bring arms up through center, and exhale, the breeze is blowing the other way. Fingers are now pointing to the right. And once again, I inhale, my hands full of energy, and exhale to the left. And inhale, open up, look up, blossom, and exhale. The top of right hand fall gently on the earth. Respecting the space between left shoulder and left ear, and top of head and left hand. And inhale both palms together. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Once again, taking note of the breath, seeing what you can let go of. Any physical tension, emotional tension. And gently we can move our spine side to side, making a kind of S shape of our spine. Massaging the ankles and shins as we do this. And then come to find stillness again. Be pausing at the next breath interlude, whether it's your inhale or your exhale, and see what that does. And then pick it back up again, because we are coming into a plank pose. So I'm stepping back so that I'm on all of my toes, and my hips are in line, from one long line from heels through head. Neck is neutral, and I'm pressing the earth away from me with my palms under my shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And I'm going to come over to my right side so that, and this is actually challenging if you're doing this on a bed, so that I'm on right palm and right foot, and left foot can be on the floor in front of me. It might feel nice to do that if you're not used to doing that. And just see what it's like to give yourself a break. I'm going to inhale left fingertips up to the sky. And it can be neutral. I can experiment with closing my eyes. Breathing. Experiment with bringing left arm parallel with the earth. Inhale brings left fingertips to skyward again. And my next exhale, I'm going to bring left palm down. I'm going to shake out that right wrist. And maybe just keep it rolling. Coming over to left side now. Right fingertips reach for the sky. Heart shines open. Inhale and exhale. Seeing what I can loosen in this pose. And see what might be trembling as energy moves to new places in new ways. Inhale, I reach through fingertips, lifting right hip skyward. And exhale, I press back into a downward facing dog. So I want my palms and my soles of feet. And my gaze is between my knees, or maybe my eyes are closed. I could shake out my head, yes, shake it, no. My hips are high, and I'm in this inverted V, just pressing all four corners into the earth, have both palms and both feet. But then one foot got away. My right foot goes skyward. I can experiment with opening up right hip, bending right knee, maybe making little circles with right ankle in one direction and the other. Inhale to bring that hip parallel with the left one and lift right leg higher. And then as I exhale, I'm going to bring right knee towards my nose. So everything's coming in towards my heart. Then inhale, right leg up again. Noticing sensation in left leg. And then as I exhale, I'm going to bring right knee to right elbow. And inhale, right toes to the sky a little higher. And then exhale, bring right knee to left elbow. And once again, inhale, right leg skyward. Even higher. And as my next exhale, I'm going to sweep right leg through so that right knee is by my right ankle. And right foot is roughly parallel with left wrist. And I can just kind of walk side to side the way a cat might need something, or they need before they curl up. I'm going to make fists with my hands and gently press them in to the earth to give a nice counterbalance to all that pressure on my wrists. You press backs of hands into the earth. And then find stillness, palms resting on the earth gently, shoulders roll down the back. And maybe I bend my back knee, my left knee. Maybe I grab for it with left arm, grabbing for that left foot. Maybe I'll grab for it with both arms. First time for everything. Inhale, I lift my heart skyward. Exhale, I see what I can let go of. Inhale, I release any tension from my chest or my back. And then exhale, I'm going to release that top of left foot down to the earth as I come into a pigeon pose here. I can rest my cheek or my forehead on a little pillow made out of my hands. Inhale and exhale. See if you can notice the sound of your own breath as you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And begin to sway side to side. No need to come up from anywhere super fast. Still really exploring this relationship with the earth here. Noticing all the points of contacts that your body makes with it. Palms, forearms, elbows, etc., etc. And eventually come up and we can step back into downward dog, inhaling right leg skyward again. Inhale all the way up through the tip of your toes, and exhale, float right leg back down to earth, and gently pedal out your feet, bending one knee and the other. Maybe shifting your gaze side to side. Just gently turning your head and your neck. And then slow it down. And then come into an inverted V with some stillness, except for your breath. Breathing is always welcome. And I'm going to inhale left leg up. And open up left hip, bending left knee, making circles with left ankle in one direction and the other. And then bring left hip parallel with the earth again. Inhaling through your toes, and then exhale, bring your knee to your nose, bending your neck. Inhale, left leg up again. Exhale, left knee comes towards left elbow. Inhale, left leg up again. Exhale, left knee comes to right elbow. And inhale, left leg up one more time, and exhale, sweeps it through into your pigeon leg here. Back of our top of right foot is on the earth as we bring left knee towards left wrist and so on and so forth. And we can once again press the backs of our hands or our fists into the earth. Maybe make little circles with back of hand or fist into the earth. And then inhale, gently pressing the earth away from you, gazing upward. And we can play around with bending that back knee, reaching for it, your right foot with one hand, maybe gazing over your shoulder, opening up that arm. Maybe even grab it with your other hand, if that's available for you. Inhale to look up, lift your heart, and exhale, release everything down. Making a pillow for yourself out of your hands, or your wrists, or your forearms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale in gratitude for this moment, and exhale. Let something go. Inhale, filling up the body with breath. Exhale, freely sending away what you no longer need. Inhale, topping off the breath. And as we exhale, we begin to make little micro movements, maybe just gently rocking that left hip side to side, or front to back, or some kind of diagonal. Just a little micro movement. And then you can let that swaying movement increase throughout your body, gently rocking yourself back and forth as you eventually make your way back up onto your palms. We can tuck our right toes, walk left foot back to meet the right, maybe inhale left toes to the sky if that feels good, and exhale, float left foot back down to the earth. Inhale and exhale, neck is long. And come now to stand on our knees, slightly apart, and place our hands on our low back. I'm going to try to pay attention to being in shot a little bit. And we can massage our low back with those hands, because that always feels nice. Maybe a little bit more than low back. See where your hands want to go. And then as we inhale, we can press gently into low back as we lift our hearts and our throats and our gaze. And if it feels safe, maybe see if one hand can reach for one ankle, and if the other hand can reach for the other ankle. And maybe, just maybe, drop your head back. You're not feeling too crunchy. And breathe. And breathe again. And breathe again. And then walk yourself back up the way you came, protecting low back with one hand and then the other, and pressing back into a wide-legged child's pose. So that's big toes touching, knees far apart, and belly and heart fall into that space between your knees. You can make a pillow for yourself. Rest your cheek to one side. Inhale and exhale. You gently shake your hips side to side if that feels good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I only say inhale and exhale so often to remind people, because I feel like so often I need reminding myself. So it's for me. It's also very much for you, but it's also for me. And now I'm gonna come to a comfortable seat, a place of reflection. Maybe make the A-OK mudra with my fingers. So I'm going to gently place pointer finger below tip of thumb, so it's very effortless to sustain this position And I'm going to rest tops of my hands, or backs of my hands on tops of the thigh. I'm going to inhale and exhale. I remember when I first started doing yoga when I was a teenager, going to a local gym with a friend's mom, my teenage friend. Before every class, my friend's dad would say, "Remember to breathe." And I don't know that he'd ever been to a yoga class, but he knew the most important part of yoga was to breathe. He was already a master yogi, so that's it. It's just breathing. And that actually reminds me of today's real-time yoga on the job in residency. So I'm an intern, and that's first year residency, and that is a time of potent growth and of serving in a way that is kind of like being glue. Like glue is like a pretty humble substance. We usually don't pay it much attention because it's what's holding other things together. We don't see it. I don't give a shout out. but the way that intern year makes me feel like being glue is that you're kind of, in the way that you assist with communication, this could vary depending on what clinical site you're at, but you assist with communication in like doing a lot of paging and phone answering and like question answering and kind of holding it all together regarding consults with specialists and lab results and imaging results like x-rays and communicating between nurses and other members of the care team and the patients, and being able to tell the story of what's going on. You kind of, hopefully, you know what's going on, and you can let other people know too, regarding the care of the person who you're caring of. So it requires more than any knowledge or learned in a classroom type of skill. It just requires a lot of patience and humility and willingness to interact with a lot of people and do it all for the patient. And sometimes you get, I talked about this the other day, like you get like cranked at, like people can be cranky to you. And you somewhat expect that, like you can learn to expect that. But today it happened in a way that was very unexpected. And it was a patient's family member was very cranky towards me, and I did not see it coming. I mean, it totally makes sense, like the same reason that other people in the hospital are cranky, they're exhausted and they're stressed out. Of course, patients and their families are going to feel that way too. They also have every reason to be stressed out and exhausted. I mean, you're worried about your health, you're worried about how you're going to pay your medical bills, etc., etc. Life. So in that moment of receiving unexpected crankiness, it was so hard to deal with that, because it can feel very much like a physical threat, even though physically you're fine. You're probably sitting or standing when someone is being cranky towards you, and so you're not drowning, like you're not for lack of oxygen, except for forgetting to breathe. So I'm gonna just relax my hands now and shake them out. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. And then rest them palm up or palm down on my knees, maybe palm down. So anyway, the challenge of today, one of the challenges, one of the more memorable ones for me was this moment of like, oh my gosh, wow, this person's really upset, and it's creating a stress response inside me that's like super unpleasant. You feel like you're under threat. And so remembering things that I practiced in yoga in that moment really helped. You're just being aware of the position of my body and where I was making contact with whatever was supporting me in that moment was, a couch actually. And just being like, all right, so here's my body, all right, where's my breath? Because, you can hang on to that breath like something you hang on to, your life preserver in the storm of stress. So just trying to be really mindful with the breath, really intentional. And in the moment, it can feel like that stress is going to last forever, but it never does. So just having something to sustain you till that moment has passed can be really helpful. And then, so once, you kind of are like focused on your breathing and your body and like maybe trying to relax your jaw, then you can work on your mind and trying not to panic too much, trying not to worry too much. It's a practice, it's not a perfect, but having a plan in action when stress hits out of the blue, which it can at any time, I found very helpful. And then, I felt so sad that this patient's family member was disappointed in, things that were outside my control. But still, you feel oftentimes when someone's upset, like you can feel disappointed with yourself, you can maybe feel disappointed in them, and it can be like this cycle of sadness. And so at the end of the day, when all my other work was done, I just didn't want to let the sun go down on, as a singer-songwriter once wrote, don't let the sun go down on your grievances. So I didn't want to let the sun go down with like everyone feeling bad, so I went back to that patient's room, and the first thing that happened was the patient's family member apologized to me and said, I'm so sorry about earlier. And we talked for a good long while, and there was a lot of listening on both ends, and it ended up being like super positive, and I left feeling really good about the day overall, because of ending on that high note. And instead of like going home and dreading what tomorrow would bring and like feeling bad all night, so that was a victory, a small victory that I'm gonna celebrate in my heart. So thank you for listening, and I hope that you can also have small victories to celebrate daily, whether it's a purely internal situation or an external situation, but often they are super connected. So, may you be well. Namaste.